went to UNC Greensboro for 2 years. During that time, I received the Gates Millennium Scholarship, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna head back to New York. So I went to New York, I went to Pratt Institute, and then NYU, and just started building up a career as a filmmaker who loves to tell big stories using small figures. Actually, right here in the monitor, you're seeing Victor and Isolina. That's the short film created using 3D printed miniatures of my Puerto Rican grandparents. And this short film got me into the Sundance Film Festival in 2017, which was actually pretty amazing. And that's what encouraged me to move later on to Los Angeles in 2017. And as a filmmaker, I'm always looking, as a filmmaker, I'm really interested by how I can use new and emerging technologies to tell stories about Black, Indigenous, people of color, stories about queer people, stories about marginalized communities that we don't necessarily see reflected on through media. And being chosen for the artist residency was great because before I came here, I was getting a little bit bored with 3D printing. I felt like it's kind of expensive to make all these prints. They kind of fall down easily. The fingers break off, arms break off, and it's just a pain. So I was trying to see what I could do to push my my craft a bit more. And so one of my creative collaborators, because I work with a very small team of 3D specialists, tell me about about motion capture. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know motion capture. Like whenever you see behind the scenes shots for like the Avengers or for Avatar, you see all these celebrities wearing all these gears with dots over their body. And I knew the technology. I also knew that it was super expensive, and so I never really dared to entertain how it could be feasible. And then my friend was like, no, it's really cheap, and there's DIY, do-it-yourself ways of using this technology. And so we started researching ways of using it, and I will show you how we're currently using the gear. And I will also preface it by saying I am in no way a specialist in this technology. I'm still learning it, and I can show you what I've learned so far in this by controlling a character. And here's actually a quick demo before we start. You can see how I'm using this technology to create animated videos. Here, I went to a Black barbershop and I recorded an interview with a barber who was giving advice to a young teenage client. And I took his interview, and I'm actually lip syncing myself. I'm looking at a laptop. On the laptop, I see what he's saying. I studied his beats, his inflections, with how he's saying it, and I'm lip syncing to him. And you can see how it translates directly to what's happening on the screen here.
And hey, man, he was about quite the same age as you is now, and he was a little lost, but we helped steer him in the right direction, and that's the way generations work. I helped him out back in the day, and he's helping you out, and that's what the barbershop is all about. We always helping each other. That's what it's about love.
So which high school did you attend?
It's so fucking cool.
Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear.
So what do you miss most about your old school? Okay, you play some ball.
Oh my god, that's so cool. We're gonna get a close up on that later. We're gonna close up on that later.
I could take over these other people's bodies, and I could do some really cool things. So I will show you how I strap into all of this gear.
He's gonna put all the gear on. He's gonna put it all on.
You'll see as I put on all these things, how I'll be able to control a 3D avatar that resembles me. There's some limitations in modeling, but still pretty good. So this is my digital skeleton of the figure, all collapsed to nothingness because all the trackers are here. They've all turned off, and so it has no idea what's going on. So the first step is for me to put on all of these various trackers.
So cool. I always wanted to do this.
Each tracker cost $130.
I always wanted to do this.
The way this is all linking up is through a virtual reality, headset through these two light boxes. There's one there and one here. These basically show the perimeter of where I can walk around, and This serves as a little like mini computer that shows that these trackers are all going through the headset, and then the headset is showing the 3D program where they are in relation to my environment. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to quit this program. I can turn it off. One more second. This is Emily, who's my intern, who's going to be helping me set everything up. So you may want to move a little bit closer so you can get in.
What is the 3D program that you're using?
So the 3D program so I'm using two. I'm using this program is a program that's been made by a bunch of enthusiasts who are also trying to see how they can use this technology to create fully animated people. It's called Luxor, and I'm supporting them. I pay them $5 a month to have access to this program. This program is how I set up all the trackers, and then that's translated to another 3D program called Unreal. Using the Unreal engine, I'm able, which is like a super professional program that you use to make video games, you use it to make animated sequences, things of that nature. So Luxor, put the trackers on, and that feeds into Unreal, and that's how you can control the character. So we're going to put everything on so we can make this skeleton move. So the menu
A T-pose.
is tracker center. Let's see. Everything. No, put one.
We used to make dance animations like this.
Okay. So as I turn each one on, they'll pop up here. Emily is going to sync the computer. So we're going to wait until this black one. Yeah, so you see I'm moving it. She's able to locate it. I'm going to put this one on my left foot, so she's indicating that it's going on left foot.
It's crazy they can do light boxes now. Light boxes are amazing, man.
Just like that. Now I'm going to put the one for the... This is better. So this one's okay. It's okay. You don't have to put them on mini order. So this is the what I call Batman's utility belt right here. That's it. Oh, this is the other one. That's why I got this one. So a little bit of a.
I'd probably change the category. We should put it back in software and game design.
You guys can feel free to ask me questions while I go through this if you like. It's gonna take me like a.
So do you need to put the dots on your face for the facial stuff?
No, because I'm actually, so I'll get into the facial tracking in a bit. So these trackers control the position of the body. And facial tracking I'll show you later. So you get that? Feet? So you see.
It disappeared, but it's still moving.
That's weird. Also, I'm warning you, this may be a little bit buggy, like there may be some system things that are unpredictable, because this is, again, like kind of like an emerging technology. So this is normal.
I can't believe you can do that.
Left arm.
It just blows my mind.
See?
I mean, just the light box stuff alone is so crazy.
Do you design the characters as well, or is that?
Yeah, so the characters, there's a free program, which is really awesome, just released earlier this year, called MetaHumans. MetaHumans allows you to create really photorealistic, amazing looking characters. So the character I'm controlling is my best attempt at creating a metahuman that looks like me, but it's not perfect. Like, I have some pretty big nostrils, and my nostrils couldn't make them as big as they should be in this, but as close as I can get them to be. So, no, sorry. So when they're blue, it's turning on, and when it's green, it's connected, and in like a second or two, we'll be able to see it. So that's the chest moving there. One here. This is the right
That
arm.
looks like the GoPro harness. I think all of it uses GoPro mounts. Welcome everybody, all the new people.
And
So William William does all this miniature stuff, but he's doing a lot of 3D lately.
Helmets.
I can't believe they have that. Hardcore Harry.
Tracker one?
Yeah.
It is? It's online.
Tracking.
And there are gloves that you can wear that have more precise movements, but they're expensive. Eventually I'll be able to get them. So what I actually use are the controllers that came with the virtual reality gear. So I'm going to turn them on. You're going to see hands actually appear in this, because the controller can sense what I'm touching and gripping. So hopefully we'll be able to see. Are they coming off? So I see they're on here, but I don't see them. So again, always like little problems that may emerge. And
Because
again,
tech.
control. So
Yeah.
I need these. So again, they're green, so I know that the computer is reading them, but I don't know why they're not here. Let's see. I may have to restart this process, but at least I don't have to take anything off, which is great. So we're gonna go over this again. So everything is turned on. Let's see if we go to recent. If we do, this is turned on. Sign in process. Basic hands. Max. Turn them off. Turn them off.
Live demos. Curse of the live demo.
No, it's not picking up. So the next step would be that I sync everything up with the controllers. All the trackers are on. The hands are indicated here, but I don't see them in the actual program. So I don't know. I think I may have to restart the UI.
Speakers to connect and turn everything off.
Okay, so now it's over here.
Right, like, so there's a code and things.
I just boot up Steam.
My wife has my coffee somewhere. I'm trying to find her. Can't find her.
I'm standing there. There's nothing in this room. Alright, good. So now we have hands. So okay, hands are there. Give me a hand.
Live demo.
Alright, chest. Sorry, can you track yourself? Down. Drag, prepare, drag next so you can see. Chest. kind of say this is like a two-person operation because it's like a pain when you're by yourself having to this left foot. Right foot. So at least you get to wear a cool helmet anytime. Left arm.
That's just crazy.
Right arm. I think the controller's between that and 40. Okay, so cool. So now you can kind of see me. Huh? So you can kind of see, you can actually zoom in a bit, Emily, so you can show me a little bit like a close up. Yeah. I'm walking around and it sees the trackers on me, the head tracker, it sees the chest, it sees the hips, it sees the 2 feet, it sees the arms, and it sees my hands. And the next step is to calibrate it, so I'm going to basically take over the body of this little blue skeleton man. And what you do is you strike what's called a T pose, stand like a T, press the B buttons on the controller, and now I should be connected to the person. So I'm
That's crazy.
walking around and moving, and you see,
Oh my
as long
God.
as I
You're
don't
seeing this?
leave the proximity of basically this area that I set up prior to the demonstration, I'm controlling it, I'm moving, around, kicking. There are some problems when, you'll see. So now, this program is good to go, so we're going to switch into Unreal.
Unreal.
Okay. We're going to try this. It's always a little bit tricky. Click on those arrows, go to play. Okay, and I am now in control of myself. So the character isn't always perfect, like sometimes I'll be standing up straight and the characters sometimes have weird positioning. For the sake of this demo, I'm not, there's not enough time for me to do the little calibrations. But yes, this is body. So I see the body is moving, I'm moving around, dancing, doing all this stuff. But one thing that's missing is the facial capture. And what's really cool is facial capture is pretty easy because it's all through iPhone. So I literally turn on my phone. There's a free program that goes along with Unreal called Live Link, and I press it. And what it does is you probably may not be able to see, I won't go too far, but it captures my face as a bunch of lines, so I can see that it's ready to go. I can show you guys afterward how that works. So I put it in here, just like that. It's already detecting and recognizing my face. I'm gonna ask Emily, do you see my face as I'm talking, or do we need to press the button to calibrate the face? Do you see any movement? It's moving? So can you guys see as I'm talking, my avatar is talking on the computer? Do you see that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I know the screen is a little bit small, so Emily's going to try to zoom in as close as she can. But yeah, using this technology, I'm able to take over different characters and get like live action facial tracking, which is pretty awesome. And I've just been learning this technology. There's still a lot more to learn. There's some stuff that is still wrong. Let's say if I touch my nose, like the character is touching his chin, as you can see. So it's not yet perfect. If I touch my chest, I'm going inside my body. Not yet perfect. Yeah. So touching my neck, my ear, the top of my head is here. But this is like pretty cool, and it's easy to like make as a consumer. And the cost of all these things minus the iPhone is about like $2,500. So you're able to do these fully captured animations I'm not going to worry so much about doing a recording, which I would add and you would be able to play back because I'm showing it to you live. I also don't have other characters linked up, but I could control other characters of different ethnicities, different genders, different ages. Eventually I want to learn how to use the technology to also control more like cartoony characters, not just characters that are from what's called the MetaHumans library. So yeah, so it's pretty
Crazy.
cool, pretty awesome. And actually, really quick, do you want to try something really quick with me? I'm gonna put my phone in front of your face, and actually I have someone else's. So come here. So as you take your mask off, yeah. So as you talk, you're gonna be controlling me as you talk, right? Say something.
Something.
Talk.
I don't know what to talk about.
What's your name and what school do you go to?
I'm Catcher Week. I go to Central Middle School.
Awesome. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is green. Right this sweater.
Thank you so much. Polite and nice. Thank you. So yeah, so with this tech, anybody could wear this. This has to do some calibration. But it's a DIY approach, and having the space here at the McCall Center, and really the freedom to try new things. I'm only maybe a month into learning this. I got this gear maybe 2 weeks ago. There's still lots of stuff that I'm learning, but the good thing is that there's tons of YouTube programs or YouTube videos that you can check out where there's a thriving community of people that are trying to learn how to
So
use this tech.
freaking cool.
It's really awesome, and yeah, I think that's what I have for right now. So feel free to ask questions. Yeah.
Is the phone app only iPhone?
Excuse me.
Is the facial app only iPhone? Just curious.
Yes,
Probably.
I think there may be other versions, but this
That one
you
is?
need to have an iPhone 7 or
Above,
later,
yeah.
because it has something called True Depth, and that enables, as I'm talking again, I'm seeing a wireframe of my face, and I'm able to like do all these things. So yeah,
Nice.
There,
Nice.
but there should be a way maybe Galaxy phones can do this as well. I
Yeah,
hope.
it's crazy.
Yes.
Is the lag on your facial recognition the same as the lag on your body?
I mean, I'm not actually sure. There may be a little bit of that. Again, like this program, like I would love it to be that I put all the gear on and the person is like the correct posture and like touching his nose when I touch my nose. I'm still working through those things, but what is interesting is if I put a microphone and I were to record a take, which I think would be a little bit too confusing. Cause it's a little bit too confusing set up now, but I can record myself and I can play it back. And I can change the camera angle. So let's say I'm doing something, I'm recording, I can always take the cameras, put that animation in me performing, and hit it with different angles, and be able to do things you can't do with a video camera. If I record Emily from this angle with the video camera, it's always forever going to be in that angle, you know? But if I were to record her doing that here, I could virtually, set up a camera here, and that camera could later move around her. It can zoom out, it can be all the way there. So there's lots of freedom that can come from this. In regards to the lag, I think there's a little bit of lag here, and it really depends. When the iPhone gets hot, it slows down a little bit of the facial capture. And I think maybe if I had more trackers, I think maybe it might be a bit more accuracy, because it's assuming where the knees are, because there's nothing on my knees, but yeah, so far it's pretty decent, I would say,
Yeah.
for the price especially. Any other questions? Yes.
Could you like correctly SpongeBob and like control SpongeBob?
Yes, that's the one I'm hoping to do once I learn how to take these characters, so with 3D characters, they can be modeled, but you can't, when they're modeled, they still need to be rigged. Rigged means there's almost like an internal skeleton that allows you to like bend the elbow, because without it, you don't know, the computer doesn't know how to bend. So the rigging is the internal skeleton, and then I'm hoping to learn how to basically take over the internal skeleton. So eventually, yes, I would love to do that. That would be pretty cool. Yes?
Can you be any animals?
I think you could. I think once you get this tech down, you can do lots of really cool stuff. What I think is also really cool is like the glitches that come with this program, because the program is stupid. It's only looking at where the trackers are. It has no idea what a human body looks like. So I'm gonna put one tracker down here, and my arm is forever I take all these off and I put them in the clump, I become this like mass of whatever. And I'll probably do that towards the end. Yeah. I think I could actually, if there's somebody who's the same height as me, I could probably put this on them and you can try it out. I'll probably not do the facial capture, but the body tracking. Does anybody want to wear this? Who's like 5'8"? Well, no? Okay, sure. Yeah, that's something.
I think I might be at 5'10".
So, your dreams of inhabiting the body of a Latino man are finally about to come true. So we're gonna start putting these belts around here. And you'll probably see like the character is going crazy because it's pulling to the hair. When it's a little bit more, you can see the craziness that's going to occur. The head is going to be even weirder. And take your sunglasses off. This helmet has weights on the back because it needs to stabilize because the iPhone will like droop it down. Actually, I can leave my phone here. You can see the wireframe. So, yeah. And just gonna put it on. It's a weighted helmet. It's going to be heavier than any helmet you probably want. If you want to take the mask off, one more down. The facial tracking. Stretch your arm up for me. No, it's fine. And there may be some, as me and my animation collaborator call it, jank. Maybe some jankiness going on because we're pulling off these trackers, which are more specialized for me and my height and my limb size. So in the end, it may look weird when I put everything on them, but yeah, just keep that in mind. But years ago, this technology would have cost a lot of money. It would have been super difficult. You need a team of people to use this. Sorry, I always forget. The chest tracker should. No, I got it. The chest tracker should go before the arm tracker. It's not a big deal. Let's go. At the end of the video.
I was just gonna say, in 2010, motion capture studio time was like 100 an hour. And if you had access to it at university, it's just like come so far. It's insane. It's just crazy cool. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
You do the feet and I'll do the butt.
Oh, no. I'll take the whole seat.
Look like a very good band.
Yes.
There's actually a whole economy for saving animations and selling them.
Do this with your right foot.
Yeah. So the different virtual worlds platforms, controversial, the Second Life platform, there's a lot of money in animation, dance animation, anything like that. Of course, now it's all so easy. It's going to be really interesting to see how that changes, that whole thing. That's great.
No, you need the control. So put one hand through here. Through the middle.
This is so fun. You guys should have done it.
And so I'm going to get out the way because assuming people close to you is going to block the trackers.
Do more light boxes improve the efficiency?
I believe it does. So as you can see, it's looking a bit.
This is
why don't you
crazy.
try walking? So you're So, okay, let's go back to the Luxor program. Yep, right there. We're going to have you calibrate, because as you can see, I twisted everything around. Yeah, do that.
Good old
And then when I
T-pose.
tell you to, look at your hands around.
That's
so
crazy.
you're going to take both your thumbs, and you're going to hold B,
Okay?
the B button on each one, when I say count to 3, and then you can feel this vibrate, and it's going to say calibrating.
Okay.
So, yeah, perfect
Just
T.
like hit it and then stop, and I'll be good.
Living T-pose. Live the T-pose. The T-pose.
Sure, no. Stop. Okay, now hold B, feel it vibrating. Is it vibrating? Okay, do it again. Maybe take a few times. Hold B. On both of them.
Yes.
Let go. Do it again. Let go. Wait.
Got it.
Yeah, you got
Right.
it.
Do I let go?
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, put it down. Let's see. Yeah. So see now it looks a little better for her.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually look at the computer like it's a little bit
Okay, yeah.
better. Okay, so now go to the wheel. Go to. Just press play. Play to a little bit. Yeah. So now walk. So see.
now I'm you.
Now you're me. So again, this is a gender neutral program. You can take over different bodies and do all sorts of cool things.
You can pull up your favorite Fortnite character. Yeah.
Right.
We're your one.
So I'm actually interested in seeing how dancers could use this.
Oh, yeah,
How
absolutely.
dancers could use this to
Oh, yeah.
to create all sorts of cool things. Yeah. So now if you pull your mask down, you'll see that it's going to track your face. Zoom into her face. Look at the, so you can't look here because it's going to turn this around, but look towards the crowd. They can see it at least. So let's see you control the avatar.
I am a single dude.
My hand is so bored. That's great.
So stay still. Let's just do the facial. So look at them.
Sorry.
Don't move your face. So Emily can zoom in.
I can move my face. I am moving my face. Can you see my face is moving? Yes.
Something that I.
Well, I know I have hair in my I don't want to move it, so it's just deal with it. Okay. Hi, cute girl. Can I have your number?
Oh my God. That's really disturbing.
I'm flexible. Look at this. Can you do this?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, we got the idea.
Does anybody else want to
No,
try
come
this?
on, someone has to try.
I think one more person.
No.
Well, let's get you. Let's get you, a younger person.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work. Let's see.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Fine then.
So what should we do this last?
Okay, oh, good plan.
You want to see something funny? You can see all of this like fall down. Or okay.
It's starting
Let's do the chest first because that's where we put all these on.
How's it going, Petro? Petro.
So, let's switch up.
Thanks for cheering on.
This might be loose on you. So see, you have the other one over. So we flip it here. Yep. So,
I swear to God, that's a GoPro rig. The chest mount is a GoPro chest mount.
He's a professional. Hold his arm out. Sorry. Let me know if these go on tightly. Is that good? Just do this a little bit so you don't fall off. Good? All right. The belt, and then you take off the feet trackers. When you stop this and put it to the Luxor. So see the skeleton is just panicking. It has no idea what's happening. Just listen. Come a little closer to me so you're closer to these boxes. Yeah, the feet sit down. And so, I'll do it. What is your name? Round of applause for Michelle.
Yay!
Yeah. So you may want to type the helmet has the tension thing in the back. Unloosen that. This one.
Remember to tuck your hair
Lift your foot a little bit. I want to make it.
Yeah, that's right.
Lift your foot up a little bit. Sorry. So this helmet's going to be a little bit heavy, so we don't want it too heavy. Ears, is that okay?
Yeah.
Ears? Well, your ears getting fucking down, so help me with the make sure you get it. Good? Good? And click up. I'm going to tighten it in the back. Tell me when it's too tight. Good. Now you can pull your mask down. Okay. So you're going to stand right here and give me the controllers. You're going to get to that same T pose. Wait until you get these controllers. I'll show you now. So you can see that each one has the B. When I tell you to, okay, go, you're going to hold the B button. Sometimes it takes a few attempts, but as soon as you feel like a vibration, it's going to be like, and then that's how you know it's calibrating. Sometimes it works, sometimes you have to press it like 5 times to put your hands through. So, strike the T pose, more like put your arms super straight. You also got to see how like these have to be facing up, and this one is going to the back, so you have to just make sure it's good, and if these are tight. I'm not good with these straps. Can I get someone to tighten the belt? Because there's definitely going to look at it wiggle there. It's like a little dance.
Good stuff.
You see, the helmet is like way too big for your head. Your eyes are disappearing. So you may not be able to do facial features. It's like your eyebrows are gone, but it's a quick demo, so you'll be able to see. Alright, so now strike the T. Alright, hold V. Somebody feel the vibration?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Now, let go. Good, so now you see the same time to her. Let's press play. And yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And you can move around. Cool. So again, I'm just learning how to use this. I don't know how to import more than one person, but I think I can even do it so I could control, let's say, 10 different characters simultaneously, could all different ages and all be doing choreographed dance. And eventually I'll be able to make like conversations between characters all on my own. The video I showed you previously was, I did it with my friend who is more well-versed, my animation collaborator who lives in New York. So this is me trying to step out of my role as being a director and getting my hands a little dirty with the tech. Yeah, it's really cool stuff, and I really enjoy this.
It's interesting to see you have it on her arm in a really good way.
Yeah.
So it matters how you feel yourself.
Exactly. Like if one of these is facing up, the other one's facing the other way, then the character would be like this. Like it's really, you have to get it really
Anime
tight,
run.
really precise. And I'm still learning new like tips and tricks as I go along with the program. But what I like is that because it's kind of difficult, you think about like some of these other programs that are more like for consumers. This is cool, but it's still difficult to learn how to use. I am very interested in being like the sort of pioneer of how to use this software to tell stories. Imagine Victor Mussolino, but you're animated, you know. I have another demo video in which, so my grandfather passed away from cancer 2 years ago, went from this video, and I recorded a conversation with him, for instance, and I was able to animate a character that looked just like him when after like, you know, cancer had basically made him extremely skinny. I made a very skinny man, elderly man, and just by lip syncing to the conversation, I'll show you the video afterward, I was able to bring him back to life just briefly. And this was just strictly through facial animation, because you could use this phone and you can just record the face and movement of the face, which you'll see in the neck in a minute. You need all the gear. The gear is obviously to move the body, but yeah, so I'll show you that example. So I'm interested in seeing how you use this tech to bring people back from the dead in a way and tell their stories. How does it?
It looks better on her, the movement and the lagging, than it did on you.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure why.
It feels like there's no lag practically.
Yeah, So again, there's like, I'm still learning this every day of how to use this, how to make this go.
Maybe you need to wear your velvet one, but kind of pointing down like that. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. So, yeah, do you have any questions? How does it feel? What's your impressions on this?
It's cool.
It's cool.
How do I take it off?
Yeah, so I will take this off, and does anybody have any questions? No?
No, it's
Well,
cool.
thank you for the demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So
Where
I'm
did
just
you,
going
where did
to...
you purchase your technology in case we just have to have this?
Huh? Oh, so the controllers, the VR headset, the light boxes are, it's called the Valve Index. It's $1,000. So what's, yes, it's a lot of money. You have parents, you can always ask for it for Christmas. But what's really cool is that you could, another perk is that it's a VR headset. So I can play
Yeah.
video games with it.
Yeah.
I can play VR. And the VR is like really awesome, really fun, and really exciting. Yeah, just cool thing to have. And so again, all of this is running, because when VR, you can see where your hands are, you can move around your head, but you can't necessarily, you can walk in an area. So this is basically VR, but adding the trackers, which allow you to get even more movement, adding the phone that allows you to do like full body capture. So it's an exciting technology. Gets to play games, so it's a win-win. Maybe not so much for my bank account, but
That's right. It's entertainment.
yeah. Cool. And I'll play you quickly, so you can just see a video I made that's of my grandfather, which is another motion capture demo reel, in which I was saying that I recorded conversations before he passed away, about like a few months back in 2018. And I am lip syncing to that conversation. I wrote down everything, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to do a little bit of acting. I wrote down all of his so I know when it comes in. This is my performance taking over his body. So what do you think is the meaning of life? How do you live? What do you try to do when you are alive?
You don't think nothing is going to happen to you when you are the coming.
So that's the demo. Oh, sorry, I just came up here. If I play for you later. Yeah. So again, I was able to do that all through my iPhone because I don't need to do the extra step of syncing the body because the iPhone you do the facial tracking like that. The Unreal software is free, and the lifelike software for the iPhone is free. So all this was a free thing for me to do. And I can actually show you MetaHumans. It's going to take a few minutes for it to load, but MetaHumans is also offered through the Unreal Engine, and it's an online program, and it allows you to create. Have you guys ever played The Sims? Imagine The Sims, but like even more photorealistic character creation that creates extremely complex photorealistic characters. So while it loads, I'll show you how it works. Maybe I'll even try to model Emily, since you're close to me, as my example.
How long did it take you to create your grandfather?
That only took maybe 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because you can start with a few templates of characters. So I chose a dark-skinned man, and I aged him, and I just put the cheeks in, which you saw the picture. It went away, but like how he looked when he was passing away of cancer. I tried to make him look like a sickly man. And the only thing that was hard is that there's limitations to MetaHumans, is that my grandfather was blind in one eye. So in Unreal, I had to do another step of taking the eye, because it always has eyes with black pupils, which is not like what my grandfather, as you can see in that picture there. So I had to like play around with that to make that work. So yeah, there's a lot of tweaking, not a lot, but there's some tweaking that needs to be done. And I think for me, what's most frustrating is that with the outfits, there's only a few different outfits that are available. So we're actually going to switch because I'm right-handed. It's very easy for me. So we're going to create metahuman. Take the mask off. I'm going to look for a character that looks most like Emily and use that as a starting point. Sorry. Let's start with this one. Let me stop this, I think. So I'm done with this. I'm going to exit out this program now. So we got maybe slow down on the graphics card. Exit out this. Next. It's just like a quick, when you open up, it shows you a demo of what the character looks like while they're animating. And so I can go to sculpt. There's all of these circles that now appear on the body, and I can move and change things. So first thing is, actually before that, we're going to go to hair. We're going to make the hair a bit more down. That, I would say. The hairstyles are limited. There's like a lot more hairstyles for men than there are for women. It's only like this much. Which one would you say it looks like to men? Are these styles? This is the one that's selected. So, yeah, it's like too poofy on the top. But yeah, from there, just change the eye color. Maybe brown. What do you think needs to be changed for you? I think your skin's a little darker. Texture's weird. So I can take this and I can just zoom, and she's an elderly woman.
Oh wow.
Like that. But yeah. Stick with this. Just give you a quick demo, so I'm not going to get too extreme with this. But you can really go in, and I think you guys can see all the dots. I can move all of these dots around to change like the positioning of the eyes subtly. Yeah, really cool things that could happen with this. And yeah, just Emily's my little like model for now, but doesn't look too much like her. I'll need probably 30 minutes to like really see her like it and make it look a lot more like her. Yeah, and then when it comes to the clothes, there's only 3 options of shirts, so it's limited. I can't do too much. I maybe do a sweater. It's like a sweater my avatar was wearing, and make it gray. Saturation all the way down, and saturation. There are boots. Not purple. Make them black. This is I think it's a girl's body, so let's get very nice body size. Right? Looks like that. Yeah, short. I like average. Yeah, this is the Emily for now. And yeah, and then we can do things like another facial demo. Preview. Well, actually, let me show you one thing that's really cool. So here's like a triangle. Emily is in the middle, but let's say I want to blend her to different features, especially if Emily was, let's say, Latina. You know, because Latin people, we tend to be a mixture of white, black, native. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a black woman on this corner, just for fun, an Asian woman in this corner and just a white guy at the top. So now, as you can see, white guy is over here, black woman bottom left. I think maybe if you guys want to push your chairs in, I don't know if you can really see this, but maybe you can do that. Asian woman over here, and Emily's here. So I go to the nose, and I click, this is indicated here. So if I move up on the nose is going to change into his nose. If I move down to the left, it'll change into her nose. If I move down the other side, it'll change to the Asian woman's nose. So doing this allows me to choose 3 people and just blend between this to get different features. So if I go to the lips, if I go to the white man, you have his lips. If I go to the black woman, you have her lips. If I go to the Asian woman, you have her lips. And you can do that to blend and to get different morphing between people. So I'm no longer even looking at Emily, I'm just showing you the demos of how it works. So it's really cool. You set up people, you move around, and I'm going to put a facial preview, which is just going to show like what I can do with how the face looks.
Oh. Wow.
And again, through the facial app I showed you, like I could do all these animations just through my own expressions. Like puff up my lips, it puffs them up. The only thing I noticed it doesn't do very well is like I'm angry, my eyebrows are like this. It doesn't really get this sort of thing down that well, so it's a little bit limited, but from what I see, like from my knowledge of animation, it's extremely difficult to do animation where people are talking and there's lip syncing. That takes hours and days of work. And now you can press record and you can talk into the camera like I did with my grandpa lip syncing. And because the nuances of where your lips are, when you say like a P sound or like a S, D, B, R, you're like, think about it, your tongue is in different parts of your mouth, you're biting your lips sometimes, there's different things. And so to be able to at least do that, where like your mouth moves, your cheek moves, I'm just like astounded that this technology exists and it's so consumer friendly in this sense. So yeah, I think that would conclude my presentation. Ask questions, feel free to ask. Yeah.
That's MetaHuman? Is that the one?
MetaHuman, which is, again, free. It's part of Unreal Engine, which is free. And the Luxor program is a program that it's a group of independent individuals, and I pay $5 a month in order to have the access code to use it. So
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to support a program like that. The only thing that costs money, the LiveLink app is also free. So MetaHumans, it's Unreal, LiveLink app. There's a 10-minute YouTube video that shows you how to import those characters, and then you can do at least like the facial capture stuff. All the other body motion tracking stuff, that's where the cost comes out. Yes?
Not including the 2 boxes, how much is just the VR worth?
So you need, those come with the VR. Without those 2, the VR wouldn't work because you need those in order. Imagine, even though you think that the VR are the eyes, these are the eyes. So these are the eyes of the software or the hardware that show where this is in relation to the space. So if I were wearing this, and if I were to move past this, everything would go black. It would have no idea where I am. That's why I have to exist and be in the dedicated area that I set up prior to this. So you have a big space, you can move around more. But you can also use VR if you have a small bedroom and just can't move around so much. You can sit down and use it too. So, yeah. Any other questions?
No. Sorry.
Yes?
Did you use Unity? Is that?
No, this is Unreal.
Oh, it's Unreal.
So Unreal is the engine. You use MetaHumans is online. It's entirely free. It's the easiest. Anything I showed you today, MetaHuman is the easiest thing to do. No money. Go online, make an account. It comes with many demo characters, and you can start off by creating yourself, like I did with. I can open up my character so you can see mine. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, so I look at myself.
So you
This is
can
the
just,
closest I got to.
like, you could video your.
No, I started off with a default character that kind of resembled me, and then I went in and I just played around with it for like 40 minutes, an hour, something. And as you can see, it's not perfectly me. It's but it's close enough.
You're like
Yeah.
Avatar, and that's really good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I do a little bit of Unity. Oh, so yeah.
Thanks, man.
yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming. Oh, too late for me to say my Instagram handle, but follow my Instagram. Everyone's already unfollowed me, but this is great. Yeah, follow me. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, William. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. It's fun, confusing, but it's enough.
No, there's technology and people can see their own progress. I mean, that's part of the process, right?
Yeah.
I know, that was super cool. I think it was.
That's,
Wow, that was cool. That was cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video, and I'll be recharging. I'll be restarting here in 10-15 minutes. Bye.